Hey guys, it's me Zaina and welcome back to my channel ZoomWithZaina. Alright, so as all of you might have read the video's title, today's video is going to be about 5 reasons why hobbies are so important and why everyone should have at least one hobby. Now, my summer vacations have finally started and I believe this video is much needed considering the amount of time that gets spent into boredom. Not only me but many of my friends, we all just are so bored and we need something to do. So I feel like this video is definitely very required. Now, before we get into 5 reasons why hobbies are so important, let's take a quick look at what exactly a hobby is. Now, what Google tells me that an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure is a hobby. So keeping this in mind, let's proceed with today's video. Number 1. Hobbies are a great stress reliever. Now, all of us can agree to the fact that life can become pretty stressful at times. You can approach a 5-year-old and even he or she will tell you that yes, life is tough at times. So what do we do during times like these? Now, during times like these, hobbies comes to save the day. So every time you feel like you're getting too caught up in your work or your academics or whatever it is, you can just go back to doing your hobbies. Now, it is really important to keep in mind that a hobby is something that we love to do. It definitely comes out from our heart and we do it with our full passion. So every time you feel like you're getting too stressed, you can definitely go back to your hobby and it will help you come back to this world. From wherever you were, it will help you come back to the moment and it will definitely bring you more peace. Coming to number 2, hobbies are a medium of developing social skills. Now, it is quite obvious that you're not the only one on this planet who is trying to learn a new skill or who is trying to develop a hobby. There are hundreds and millions of people out there who do what you do every day. So hobbies definitely act as a platform or as a medium to communicate ideas, to share what you're learning with people around you, not only in your community, but these days as our world is basically becoming a digital hub, we're having e-platforms, organizations where you can join and you can share your skills, you can learn so many skills and you can basically develop your hobby and definitely get the chance to meet so many new people, to socialize so much. Not only this, but even within your own community, having a hobby definitely makes you look and sound very interesting. As I mentioned earlier, a hobby is something you do passionately, and when you're into something passionately, you tend to talk about it more often. So when you tend to talk about your hobby, a person gets the image, a person assumes that you are extremely productive, that you're managing your work alongside with your hobby, so you are very good at time management. This definitely makes you look like a more interesting person. And I could definitely quote my own example. So one of my hobbies is music. So back when we used to go to school, I used to participate in a lot of choirs, and as you know, choirs demand for teamwork, singing together, and this is the reason why I know so many people. Totally not bragging, but I met so many new friends, my juniors, my seniors, and we all came together and worked on one platform. So as you can see, music definitely brought me close to so many other people. Coming to number 3, hobbies instill various important skills in one person. For example, patience, commitment, and concentration. Now, learning a new skill or developing a new hobby always has the first stage as developing an interest or an inclination towards the particular skill, and second stage comes the learning process. Now, the learning process can at times be a very Herculean task. Obviously, no new skill will just come to you in a silver plate. You need to work hard to achieve perfection, or at least come close to perfection, as I mentioned earlier. So first of all, the first stage is definitely patience. because this is a long journey and you cannot achieve perfection overnight. So patience, commitment, because you need to work a long way. You need to show commitment and full dedication in what you do so that you can achieve this skill really well. And concentration, of course, so you can gain maximum of what hobby you are practicing. An easy example I could give is when I was learning to do calligraphy. Now, calligraphy was a hobby or a skill I was trying to develop ever since last year. When I used to get extremely bored, I realized that I was really interested in doing calligraphy. Now, for all of you calligraphists out there, you may know that it is not easy. It requires a lot of practice, a lot of dedication. So this was definitely my journey of learning calligraphy. I needed to show a lot of practice and dedication towards my work. And definitely, I am becoming better day by day. I will not say I'm perfect. No one is perfect in this world, but I think I am coming close to perfection. I'm not sure. Yes, there is a lot of scope of improvement, but I'm truly passionate about this, and that's what matters. Coming to number 4. Now, a hobby definitely makes you very productive. As I mentioned earlier, when you have a hobby, people tend to assume that you are a very productive person and you manage time really well. And well, this is true. So if your main priority is your work or your academics, and if you are able to take out time to practice your hobby, you are a great person at managing your time, and ultimately you're also being very productive. Now, if instead of wasting your time after finishing your work, instead of lazing around watching YouTube the whole day, if you just practice your hobby for some time, you may never know how this will help you in the future. Or not only future, it could help you even now during competitions or school events, or it may even help you in the future if you decide to take up your hobby as your career option, which I definitely encourage. But yes, it will benefit you some way or the other. So practicing your hobby after your main priorities are done. Please note that a hobby shouldn't be like a main priority. Your main priority should be your work or your academics, and then later on you can do a hobby in your pleasure time. So yes, a hobby does make you productive. And last but not least, hobbies boost your confidence. Now, I don't know if it's only with me or if it's with all of you as well, but every time I finish either a small task or a Herculean task, I always feel this sense of accomplishment. Example, if I just keep my room tidy, if I clean my wardrobe, or if I finish my math assignments, I just feel this sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. It makes me so happy. Well, this is a similar case to how we feel when we accomplish a hobby. When we achieve perfection, or at least when we are close to perfection in whatever we do, especially if we're learning a new hobby or a new skill, that sense of achievement and that sense of satisfaction, it's completely priceless. And I'm pretty sure all of us do feel that. And this ultimately boosts your confidence and your self-esteem. You feel good about yourself that you accomplished something. And at the end of the day, you know that you feel confident and your self-esteem is quite high. And this is what matters. So guys, these were 5 reasons why hobbies are so important. And well, you should at least practice one hobby. I know all of you are quite multitasking, and many of you, along with your academics or work, you're managing 4 to 5 hobbies. But for those of you who are not, try and develop or try and learn at least one hobby. Trust me, it will be great for you. Before I end today's video, I would just like all of you to know that a hobby is a clear indication of how much potential each one of us have. A hobby can lead us to great heights and we don't even know that. We're not even aware of how much capability we have, how much potential we have, and that is why developing a hobby is so important. We don't know where it may take us. And at the end of the day, practicing a hobby just lets you know that you did what you love, and that is truly what matters. So today's takeaway message, I believe, is do what you love. No one should force you, and it should just come directly from your heart. Do what you love. Anyways, this is it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video. Bye! Not only this, but even no, not only juniors, but see, with platforms on web, there are